I wanted to come to you guys, first of all, shout out to everybody that's here. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Shout outs to everybody that's here. Share the show for me. Share it. Sharing is caring. And I'm like having a fit because I'm not liking. Okay, that ain't nothing but the devil trying to distract me. Okay. So tonight, I hope you got your cup. I got my cup. So I totally forgot to text back. Should I send you one of my cuticle oils so you can review it? Sure, you can send it to me. You want me to review it? If you want me to review it, you can send it to me. Just inbox me and I'll send you my information and I'll come right on here and I will review your cuticle stuff. And plus, my daughter does nails too. Facebook, hold y'all catching this. My daughter does nails too. So she actually did my nails. So yeah, we can all review the product, okay? So just send it to me and I got you, girl. All you gotta do is send it to me and I'll give you the information. I'm waiting for some you're welcome. I'm waiting for something else to come in from someone else because Nama Food on Instagram, she makes her own rum, eggnog. She makes her own eggnog. She's Haitian, all of that, their ethnicity, their background, their heritage, and she's actually sending me some. So when I get it, I'm bringing it to y'all first to review it here with you guys. But like I said, thanks for joining in tonight on Instagram. I wasn't sure if I was going to do the show tonight on Instagram, but I did it. All right, so moving on. I want to get into tonight. I want to get into the laws of attraction because I constantly say, and on my YouTube channel, I talk about it, and even come here and I talk about it sometimes, but I know that sometimes people can't grasp it. But bear with me while we get into it. So I want to talk about pain, okay? Because pain is the one thing that everybody is able to relate to, because everybody's ever experienced something or been in a painful situation where they're able to relate to some form of pain. But for whatever reason, people like to make their pain or minimize someone else's pain, all the while they're forgetting that pain is the same emotion no matter how you change it, no matter what causes it. The feeling doesn't go away. It's not a feeling that changes just because the scenario changes. Pain is pain, And so a lot of times I see where we'll judge people for situations and relationships that they're staying in, or just situations in general, all the while forgetting that you too have been a fool or played a fool for somebody. So I want to talk about, the laws of attraction and how to clean that up. If you're having a bad relationship history, or you're tired of really, getting some of the hoops and hurdles that you're getting when you're in relationships, friendships, or just different things that you're experiencing in your life, just different things that you're experiencing in your life, I want to talk to you guys tonight to let you know how to overcome it, how to identify it, how to recognize it. Because like I said, everything that you feel, everything that you experience it's all a feeling. It's all through to the laws of attraction, and it's based on what you're feeling. So if you ever want to know what's going on with you, how things are going, if you're having a bad day, if you're having a good day, if your partner's not doing the right thing, if your friends aren't doing the right thing, you'll always know all of these things because everything is connected to you. Everything is connected to you. Everything has a root. Everything has a source of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, give me a thumbs up and let me know that you here. I see y'all popping in and out. Okay? So like I said, this is for those who needs to hear it. So we a lot of times when it comes to pain, we forget that love is an addiction. Love is one of the biggest addictions in the whole entire world and universe. People are doing anything for love. People are doing anything to conquer it. People are doing anything just to stay in it and to say that they have it. And all the while they're forgetting that love is an addiction. Some people are love addicts, right? So hold on, because I got my notes. Hold on. Bear with me. I got my notes. And some people don't even know that. Like, people don't even know that is an addiction. Like, they actually have meetings and things that you can go to. They have meetings and things that you could go to where people are, who are addicted to love, right? So, like I said, love is one of the most dangerous drugs on the planet. Love is one of the most dangerous drugs on the planet. Love has the same side effect of that drugs have when you don't have it, when a relationship ends or things don't go the way that you want them to be, or things don't, hey Benita girl, or things don't go the way you want them to go. You become You go through withdrawal. You may lose your appetite. You become moody. You may be upset and not know why you're upset. You may feel like you don't even want to continue. You don't want to get up and go to work. It makes you lazy. It may make you go out here and steal love. May make you kill your partner, and make you even kill yourself. You know, even when it comes to an addiction of any kind, just like with drugs, when you don't have what you need or the thing that you need to feed, to focus on, you're losing your mind. You have people, they go out here, they rob people, they kill people for drugs, they hurt each other behind drugs. They're willing to do anything and go through everything that they need to do in order to get that fix. Whatever fix it is that they may feel like they need, they're going to go through certain measures to fix that. So this is why I wanted to talk about like how you can clear up and fix a lot of the things that you are experiencing throughout your life, right? So when you want to know what's going on, because everything that goes on in life is it's vibrational based, it's energy based, it's energetic, it's connection, right? So when you are going through these things, all right, and you're not understanding it, what you have to do is first you have to sit back and stop. You have to sit back and stop. Hey, everybody. You have to sit back and stop and pay attention to what's going on with you. If you keep attracting the same type of man, if you keep attracting the same type of woman, if your relationship keeps hitting those same bumps and hoops and hurdles that you're hitting, at what point do you say, wait a minute, let me stop, pay attention, and see what's going on? Because ultimately the people that you're with, the people that you're encountering, they're all reflections of yourself. They all come to you to show you something that you need to fix within yourself, or that there's an issue that lies within yourself, right? So when you get into a situation and you're trying to, let's say, because we were talking about this last night. Give me all the thumbs up once you get here, right? Because I was on Instagram last night for like 4 hours. And we were talking about this, briefly last night. And I was talking about how love is an addiction and how we judge these things and we're not trying to understand. We don't understand and we're not trying to understand. We want to just judge and deal with things and stamp a label on it. Like there's a difference and going through something with a person and growing through something with a person. And those things are two tricky parts, okay? Because when you are going through something with a person, you could be on a roller coaster ride. The relationship is hitting ups and downs of all kinds of shit. Like they may be doing all kinds of things, whatever it is, and it's just like, okay, we're on this emotional roller coaster that is driving me crazy, and I need to know how to get off this emotional roller coaster, or what I need to do to fix this emotional roller coaster. But a lot of times when you're having all these ups and downs, hey, everything is great vibrationally, that is your higher self letting you know that this situation and these circumstances no longer serve you, right? So when you get with somebody and y'all are growing through things together, right? And you're growing through the relationship and you're growing through the problems, it's not about, see, this is where people get it confused at a lot of the times, okay? Because like I tell you, everything is spiritually connected and spiritually related. Everything is an energy and everything is a reflection of self. That's why I say you have to always make sure that you are being the energy that you want to attract. What you put out here is what you will get in every form. There is no way around it. So when you have somebody that wants to grow through it with you, that is, they are expressive. You guys can sit and talk. You're able to think rationally. You don't just say things in the midst of a heat of an argument just because you pissed off. That's not how it works. You don't get down in the mud with somebody and you want to start being mean and nasty with them just because you have an argument with them. And that goes to what we were talking about on Monday on the Speak Easy show, as far as they were saying, some men don't feel like they can be vulnerable in the relationships that they're in when it comes to women. I totally disagree. I think it's based on who it is and who the woman is and who you're deciding to be with at that time. Okay? So here we are. You're in this relationship. You have somebody that's willing to grow through. You have somebody that's willing to grow through it with you, right? So when they're growing through it with you, They're being considerate. They're consistent. They have morals. They have character. They have everything. And you guys' goals are on the same page. So when you're with someone and your guys' goals aren't on the same page, there's gonna always be a conflict. It's going to be a conflict of sometimes. Sometimes we'll be in situations and we'll stay with people and we want to put love on it and say, oh, it's the love that's making me stay in this situation, or it's the kids that's making me stay in this situation, when ultimately, everything that you're experiencing, everything that's going on with you is happening for you to get out of it. Like this. You ever been in a relationship with somebody, y'all break up? You know how you do the breakup to make up, but even when y'all get back together, you like, man, this shit just don't feel right. It's like something is just not, it's just not clicking. It's just not clicking. And it's because your higher self already knows that you are no longer in alignment with this situation. But we'll take the memories and we'll take the thoughts and we'll take all the things that we had planned out for the situation of the relationship. We'll use all of those things to be the reason why you're staying in a situation that you are no longer happy in, right? So this is why a lot of the times it's if you ever find, because we were talking about this last night on Instagram, with the difficulties and the challenges of getting out of a situation or leaving people that, no longer serve you in any way, shape, or form, right? So when you first meet a person, this is why everything is so difficult. When you first meet a person, you will fantasize and you will create and you will make up a story and things of how you believe that the relationship is supposed to go, or all the things that you believe is going to go. When you meet a person, you're automatically like, damn, I like them. We're going to have children. We're going to be together forever. I'm going to go meet the family. You get all these things. And what it is you forget that when you're in a situation like this and you're experiencing these things, hey, give me a heart, a thumbs up, and let me know you're here, right? And then I'm going to get to the comment in a minute. She said it's not as easy as it seems to get out of a long-term relationship. No, you're right. It's not as easy as it seems to get out of a long-term relationship. However, everything only lasts as long as you make it. Everything is only as hard as you make it, and I'm heavy on that. Ask me how I know, and I drill that. Nothing is ever that hard. Nothing is ever that hard. It's all about what you make it be, okay? Because if you believe that everything or that a long-term relationship is harder to walk away from, that is a belief. That is something that you're telling yourself. And so what is a belief? A belief is just a thought that you just keep on thinking over and over and over again until you believe it. So you got to change the way you see it. You got to change the way you're thinking about it. You got to change the way that you're processing it and how you see it. You understand? So when you meet a person, your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. So your conscious mind is making all of these things. Your conscious mind is coming up with all of these stories like, okay, I met this person. I want to do this. We're going to do that. And your subconscious mind is also taking screenshots of the same scenarios that you're playing in your mind. So when you get into the situation and it's not going the way that you want it to go, you will beat yourself up trying to make somebody change and conform to what you think and what you want them to be. You understand? Like, relationships are not supposed to be hard. Okay? Relationships are not supposed to be hard. They're not supposed to be difficult. It's not supposed to feel, your relationship should never feel like a job. It should never feel like a job. And when it does start to feel like a job, when do you take that moment to step back and just look inside of yourself and see what's going on with you as to why you're experiencing these things? When you begin to do the work on yourself, when you begin to try to dig deep and discover what's going on with you and understand that you are a attracting being that attracts everything to you on a vibrational level, you will begin to set boundaries and be strict with yourself. You will begin to take charge of your life. You will not allow relationships, breakups, jobs, friendships, parenting-ships, that will not define who you are when you know who you are at the core. You get what I'm saying? When you know who you are and what you are at the core, let me tell you how you can tell exactly where you at and what's going on with you when it comes to relationships, right? Do a relationship synopsis. When you can sit and look at the person, whether it's this girl, this woman, this man, over your history and say, I want you to ask yourself, where were you at in your life and what were you experiencing when you met them? If you, and these are things that a lot of people don't want to sit and do. A lot of people don't want to sit there and go back and forth and really dig deep and get in tune with themselves to really figure out why they keep experiencing the things that they're experiencing when it comes to relationships, when it comes to the same patterns happen over and over and over and over and over again. You should be able to sit and say, oh, my self-esteem was real low when I was dealing with this person because of the things that they were doing in the relationship that I was accepting. Oh, you know what? I felt good about myself and at this time that I met this person. And when we were together, the experience of what we experienced together, it was better. Oh, I was really down bad when I met this person because I don't even know how the hell they got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to do that. You have to be able to say, wait a minute, hold on. And these are the things in the areas that people don't want to do. So this is why I was like, let me come here and talk briefly. Like, I know everybody may not be into the laws of attraction or don't understand how it works, or they aren't even really willing to put in the work to see how it works. But everything works if you work it. Everything works if you work it. So I just wanted to like really give a synopsis, overall about it, before really just saying, okay, let me sit and direct the show just strictly on that, because it could be very tricky. Plus, I gotta get caught in my zone in order for me to do that sometimes. And yeah, so but that's what it was. It was just placed on me to talk about pain and how you have to look at the things that you're willing to accept and the things that you are accepting. You understand? Look at the things that you're accepting, and then it'll help you have a better understanding of yourself. Unity Home Office said they are attracting it. They have not learned the lesson. Need to do shadow work. Yeah. And you have to always do work. When you keep getting the same lesson over and over and over, it's because you haven't learned it. You know what I mean? You haven't learned it. Everything is a reflection of you. So if you feel like when they say, well, how do I know if my partner is doing this? Or how do I know if my partner is lying to me? How do I know if my partner is cheating? How do I know if my partner is listening and understanding? You have all the answers you need right in front of you because you are the answer. If you are able to keep something from your partner is able to keep something from you. If there's something that you have not said to your partner, then you must know that your partner has something that they have not said to you as well, no matter what it may be. Everything is a mirror. Every single thing is a mirror. You are what you attract. Everything and everyone is a reflection of you. I say it all the time. Life is one big classroom, and what you allow to pay attention to, what you allow yourself to understand, that is when you'll be able to get in more in tune, in depth with yourself. Because you can't say that you had these bad failed relationships and everybody that you encountered, they were just a no good woman, a no good man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, at what point do you look at yourself and say, well, clearly you're not any good. What areas is it that you need to fix? You know what I'm saying? What areas is it that you need to fix? What are the areas that you need to work on? What are the things that you need to learn and things that you need to go from? But see, we live in a society where nobody can stand more than 5 minutes of being alone and being, this is that you are speaking the truth. Nobody can stand being alone. Nobody want to sit and face themselves in the mirror. The minute that you feel pain, because this is what we were talking about tonight, the minute that somebody feels pain from a breakup or because you lost a job or because somebody passed away or whatever it is, you want to go and find a solution to numb it. You're not trying to sit and face it and say, this hurt me. I didn't like this. What do I need to learn from this? You want to go pick up some weed. You want to go drinking. You want to go partying. You want to go sleeping around. You want to go bleeding on people and just displaying all kinds of behavior, all because you're in pain, because you don't want to sit still long enough to deal with the pain that you're feeling. And in order to heal from it, you have to go through it. And you have to also grow through it. You have to grow through it. A lot of people are fighting to stay in situations with people that don't mean them any good. You see? And because think about this, when you aren't with a person and they come to spin the bin, because you're going to miss them, you're going to think about it, but everything is a thought. And your thoughts get in line with your heart. And once you're able to get your heart aligned with your thoughts, then you are able to become, you are more powerful than what you know. Like once you discover that your thoughts are just a thought and you stop holding on to what the relationship used to be. She said, Atlanta, A.W. Harris said, love this. Thank you. You have to, once you are able to take your attention away from what it used to be, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you this. You'll get a lot further. You know, everybody wants everybody to change. Everybody want to get with people and try to make them to change. And you want somebody to be something that you want them to be instead of just letting them be. And when who they are and what they're choosing to be is a conflict with you, then that's when you have to make the conscious decision to say, this is no longer working for me. It doesn't mean that it's over forever. It just means that it's not working right now. Because if this was supposed to be what it's supposed to be, it wouldn't be this hard. You get what I'm saying? My heart and mind need to get on the same page. And it will. And what you have to do when you're in those moments, it's not something that happens overnight. You know, you have to practice it. It is not something that happens overnight. You have to practice it. That's why when you sit and you see people talk about the laws of attraction and manifesting, and they're just able to create all these things and they're doing all these things, whoop-de-whoop, you have to know what they're talking about. And it doesn't work that way because you have to also put the work in. So the biggest key to attracting anything into your life is fixing you. You are the key component to everything that's going on in your life, to everything that's going on around you. You are the key component. So a lot of people don't like to be uncomfortable. Some people are so used to toxic situations to where when it's not toxic to them, it's weird. Yes, and you know why? And I'm glad that they brought that up. I don't want to say she or he because it says Atlanta Hair Company, so I'm gonna just say they. I'm glad that you brought that up because that is so important. You know, did y'all hear that? That a lot of people don't like to be uncomfortable. Some people are so used to toxic situations to where it's not toxic to them, it's weird. And the reason why when you're in a situation and it feels weird to you when there's no drama is because your mind, your brain, your chemicals, your programming, your dopamine, your all of that stuff, your body is so used to dysfunction that chaos and drama has become your reality. You get what you understand? So that when anything when something is functional, not dysfunctional, but when something is functional, it feels weird to you. And because you have that programming going on where you're so used to all of that drama that when you're not getting the drama, you don't feel right. But sometimes that's because when you're doing the work on yourself, you're trying to equal out the chemicals that are being released in your body to get you on the right path. To say, okay, this is normal, because it is normal to not have drama in a relationship, but a lot of us have not seen it. A lot of us don't know what it looked like. And that's because a lot of us are programmed to think that love and drama and chaos go together. Some people believe that if a dude hit you upside your head, that means he loves you. Some people believe that, what we seeing today, I feel like a lot of the stuff the celebrities be doing be for publicity, but look at that. Look at what happened with what's going on right now with Carisha Diddy and the girl, the Gina, Tina, whatever girl. You understand? This man, and they may have agreed to it, but even the fact, okay, listen to this. Even the fact that they are agreeing to be with somebody, regardless of whatever the benefit is, to be with somebody, to even be in a situation where I don't care if we all know about it or not. If we're all on the same page and we all know about it, it should never, is my opinion, blow over to the internet. One should never feel less than the other because we all agreed to this, right? I mean, do it make sense? Give me a heart and a thumbs up. Let me know. If we are all on the same page and we all agreed that you're going to be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, then it shouldn't spill over to the internet. You understand? People are voluntarily putting themselves in situations. If that doesn't show you just how broken and just how sad, like, and the pain that goes on in the world today, it's crazy. I don't know what else is. You know, and y'all, have y'all watched Krishan and Blueface reality show? Because you know I've been watching it. So go over to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it, right? You know, everybody watches that. You notice that it's the same people in the same situation that got so much to say about what this little girl should be doing, how she should be handling the situation. Now, you know what I said earlier, love is an addiction, okay? Remember I talked about that earlier. Love is an addiction. And when you are addicted to it and when you're willing to do anything for it, you will accept anything. Even your background plays a part on that as well. You understand? But here it is. It's easier to throw stones at a situation that you're not in. But you know what's even sadder is we are quick to judge before we try to understand and decide to send love. It's just like on the internet. Somebody will take an essay to make 40 different accounts, spend their day writing fucked up comments in a comment section, right? You know how, you know what that takes to do all of that? Like, it's something going on with you that you want to sit and you just want to be negative and you just want to judge something all day long like your shit don't stink. And then when it spins the bin and it's your turn, you want everybody to have some sympathy. But the reason why you're not even getting people that's having sympathy for you is because you're not putting out any type of sympathy for somebody else. Remember, you get out what you put. You're getting out everything that you put. So that's why it is important to get in control of you and understanding why certain things happen to you the way they do. We need to have these uncomfortable conversations so we could have a breakthrough. Yeah. And you know what? Like, I'm always all for about the uncomfortable conversations, but you know, sometimes it can be, and I talked about it on Monday too, on the Speak Easy show. Sometimes it can be a little sad and it can be a little discouraging because of the simple fact that, you know, people love drama. Like, nobody wants to even acknowledge that they are in pain. It is so hard to get somebody to acknowledge that they are in pain. So that's why I said, once you sit and you do the work and you recognize that and you become aware that you are the source to everything that is going on in your life, it'll make you want to do some different decisions. It'll make you want to take control of it. When you are tired of the outcome of what you get. Listen, if you're staying in the situation and it's already hard, right? Give me all the thumbs up if you're here. If when you stand in the situation and it's already hard, right? And you're in it, because what we say, pain is pain, no matter how you flip it. And you stand in a situation and it's already hard and it's difficult and it's sad while you're in it. Why don't you take that same sadness, that same pain, that same dysfunction, that same uncertainty, and just walk away? If you're going to be in pain anyway, if you're going to be sad regardless, Why not just take that same feeling and walk away from the situation? And like we said earlier, Benita, you know, it's hard to walk away. But I'm here to tell you, no, the fuck it's not. I'm sorry, you know, everybody is at different phases and different journeys of their life. And I'm completely understanding that. Because it was a time where I couldn't walk away either, goddammit. You could come and get my hand and say we going to freedom. And I'm going to say, no, I'm staying here on the plantation. You understand? But it's only as hard as you make it. You understand? I'm only telling you what I know because I've done it. You know? I've done a show here where you've heard people, my friends in the background on one of the shows was like, we were talking about people who've met people. And I'm trying to make this quicker than go, I guess. And we talked about people who met people, right? And you heard my friend say, yeah, because somebody passed up on a good man. Like X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. Sorry, it probably jumped because somebody's calling me. I don't know why. Hold on, commercial. Don't call me on Wednesdays and you know I'm doing my show because you making my shit glitch. Y'all messing up my system. Stop doing that. Okay? Because you're being inconsiderate. I understand that you may forget and it's not important to you because it's not you. But don't do that. Okay? I'm sorry now. That ain't nothing but the devil trying to distract me because it be the same people all the time. You understand? Anyway, back to me. Made me lose my thought. But, you know, so this is what it is, right? And me and Ryan, we go back and forth all the time. But this is why I don't give anybody a pass or an excuse for doing the stuff that they do. Because once somebody make you aware of something, they let you know that you're doing something that's bothering them or hurting them, you then have all those self-aware, a consciousness to know, and you become aware that this is a problem. So you heard my friend say, oh, this was a good dude. Da, 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 da. I never denied it. She said, you laying down, sis. For real. I said, I don't deny it. See, that's the one thing before you can be real, and before you can want other people to be real with you, and before you can want a partner that's going to be honest with you, you have to be honest with yourself because everything is a reflection. So you got to be honest with yourself before anybody else is going to show up and be honest with you, right? So, and I'm like, yeah, but I knew I wasn't ready for what they wanted to offer me. See, this is the problem. The problem comes then when people, okay, before I get out of here, hey, Stephanie, the problem comes in when people will knowingly go into a situation already knowing that they're not equipped to fit the bill. And then I'm about to go. You will go into a situation already knowing that you're not able to fit the bill. You can meet a person and say, she is not on my level. But because people will allow their ego to run everything, right? Allow ego to speak for them. No, because men want to do the conquering of getting the poon and all of that other stuff and feeling like, oh, I can handle it. It don't never have anything to do with you being able to handle it. Some shit you're just not equipped for. Some things you just can't handle. Some bills is not meant to be paid by you. You understand? So when you go out here, because you got to believe this, when you meet somebody and there's a lesson for you to learn, there is also a lesson for them to learn as well. And people forget about that. And sometimes we take part-time people and we try to make them full-time and try to make them learn some shit that they ain't even supposed to be learning anyway. You understand? We'll get upset that a person has moved on and be like, oh, he done moved on or she done moved on and she happily ever after or he happily ever after. Why do you think that? Because you no longer know, hey, May, hey, CEO. Why do you think that? Because you're no longer in the situation? Because you know when people are working on themselves. You know when people are really trying to put the work in, like they said on Instagram. You know when you begin to make yourself uncomfortable so that you can become comfortable and you can deal with some things and go through things. Like I said, the laws of attraction is about getting you together When people make you mad, it's about you. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It is me, okay? Standing in the need of prayer. So you got to know, just like anybody, you know how people know who they can play with and who they can't play with? You get what I'm saying? Just like you know how some people, even like may have been a bully in the neighborhood or somebody that's always in something, like they know who they can bully. People know who they can target as victims. You get what I'm saying? People know. Men and women know. You know who you can target. And some people just want to enter it anyway. So like I said, yeah, great. I knew that. Like she said in the background when she was like, oh, you ain't lying. You the fucking missed on a good one. Yeah, I'm not saying it, but I wasn't ready for it. If I'm not ready for something, I'm not going to touch it at all. Because why would I go into something knowing that I'm not prepared for it, knowing I'm not ready for it, and potentially be a drama, be trauma in somebody's life, be something that they have to get over, take them through the ringer all because I'm not ready, when it's easy to say, yo, I'm not ready, so I'll holler at you if you are available when I'm ready and if I'm even still interested in you. People don't do that. Like people don't want to do that. We'll rather go after the person, right? This is what we do when you're not trying to figure out what you're attracting and when you're not doing the work on yourself. What you'll do is you'll enter into something, making your own self believe you different. I'm just being honest. You will convince yourself that you're different and that you're going to be able to change this person's mind. Or you're going to be able to fix every issue. Because most women, we like projects. I know I used to like projects. Now I don't even fucking deal with projects. I used to love projects. We like to be fixer-uppers. You understand? We like to fix things. Everything ain't meant to be fixed. Or as my life coach always tell me, stop playing God. You understand? People change when they want to. Only God could change any and everybody, right? So when you get into something and you're attracting this, when do you stop and say, hey, it's so many issues in this relationships. I'm so unhappy in this situation. When do you stop and say, what is going on with me eternally that I am even still here? Like, let's take love out the whole equation. Because I told you, love is an addiction. Love is the biggest drug. Love is the biggest excuse that people use to take abuse. Ooh, that could have been in the Dr. Seuss book. I like that. Love is the biggest excuse that people use to take abuse. Ah! Look, you hear Rudolph? Ha! You understand? So, when you remove the love out of it, and when you take love off of the table, out of the situation, and really look at it, what is going on with me? I said this earlier. What is going on with me that I'm not even trying to deal with it? What's going on with me that I am avoiding what's going on? You understand? Because everything that you experience is a reflection of yourself. The reason why you keep getting disappointed by everybody and you feel like people are letting you down is because you let yourself down. The reason why this person is cussing at you and calling you out your name is because you probably look in the mirror and don't have good positive conversations with yourself. And then when you're meeting people and you're going through all of this stuff, you're not even stopping for a second to say, why am I experiencing this? Or why am I causing this? Or what is going on? When you deal with somebody and you meet somebody new and everything could be all fucking good. And then you have that moment where you like, wait a minute, she or he is doing something. This seems familiar. Oh, I know what happened the last time this was going on. Guess what? You were given you are being given a sign from the universal broadcast to stop, get it together, and look at it. Because don't nobody knows you better than you but the man upstairs. But you know you. If you're in a situation and it seems and it feels familiar, right? Stop and think about what was going on the last time you had that feeling. You'll know if the last time you had that feeling something wasn't right. You'll know if the last time you had that feeling you assumed and you jumped and you overreacted and you accused somebody of something and that wasn't true. You'll be able to distinguish what's going on when you're feeling these emotions. But this is the work that people don't want to sit and do. A lot of people do it though, because I know a whole community that does it. But I'm just saying with us today, like I said, what's going on? I think everything is a PR stunt, but look at it. It is all over the world and it's all over the internet to where as though it is being shown that it is okay to deal with 1,000 people at one time as long as you're being honest. As long as you're being honest, that is completely true. But then the opposite question is, well, what is going on with you that you would even sign up to put yourself in a situation like that? What would make you do that? What's missing? Now, I get it with the celebrities. If they doing some shit for PR stunts and all of that, what they be doing, I understand why they do it, because they in a whole different lane, a whole different genre. We don't know what's really going on with them. But for the regular people down here on the planet with me, every day going to work people, trying to figure it out, what would make you ever be okay with dealing with somebody and knowing that you're not the only one, doing things for somebody that you know you're not the only one, staying with somebody knowing that you aren't happy, and then on top of that, push out a baby with the person, thinking that that's going to make it better. So now you done brought another entity into some foolishness that was already a mess. Then we're going to make it even better and we're going to propose and put a ring on it because that's going to cure everything. And nobody is sitting, stopping, saying, hold on. I don't like the fact that you snore. You know what I'm saying? Like, people, they laugh at me at work all the time. I have to go searching with my coworkers. When they was like, I said, I can't do they was snoring. I even came here and told y'all. These are the things that I think about. You understand? And whatever is important to you is important to you. And you are supposed to know what you can accept, what you can tolerate, and what you want for your life. Me, I know I do not want to spend the rest of my life sleeping next to someone who snores. It may sound minor to you. It may say, what, really? You can hit me with 1,000 scenarios. Oh, well, what if they everything you want? You snore, so you can't be everything that I want. And what goes on with society is what also makes people not want to think or live or think further and go further and pursue different things is because you have everything around you telling you that it's not possible and telling you that it can't be done. I told y'all, I'm writing this book to tell you how to get over anybody in 14 days, 2 weeks, how to get over a fucking breakup, over somebody that you feel like you are so in love with. But like I said, love is an addiction. So you have to be at a certain point in your relationship, in your situation, to where as though you want to go do it, because if love is an addiction, and you're gonna go through some withdrawals, and you're gonna go through some things just like an addict. See, everybody not equipped for it. You know, like you even said earlier, it just seemed like it'd be so hard. It is never hard. The fact that we'll sit and we'll look at the situation, the only reason why you feel like certain things are hard is because you're looking at with your eyes and what you can see. You're not even going and going off of faith. You're not having no faith. Let me tell you this. You're not having no faith that you can get past this situation. But you have all the faith in the world that the shit gonna work out and change. How does that work? How do you put more faith and belief into something that's causing you pain or something that you are no longer happy in? You put more faith into that. You put more effort into that struggle. You put more effort into believing it's going to get better. You believe in it so much that you cutting off your family, friends, you cussing out people. You believe, you fighting behind a person. Like, you believe it's going to get better. You have all of this faith and believing that it's going to get better. But you refuse to take that same faith, that same energy, that same belief and say, This is no longer serving me, and me walking away, I know I'm going to be okay. And I know it's going to get better. It has no choice to get better. Does that make sense? It don't make sense to me. Mm-mm. It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. I don't understand it. I don't judge it, but I don't understand it. But I used to be there as well. You see? So I make sure I practice everything that I'm going through or anything that I'm putting out here to tell others. I practice it, you see? And I even said one day I'm going to have a show, possibly. They don't like the camera. But I'm going to have a show and I am going to sit and allow someone or somebody or people or persons that know me that were present during the situation when I was dealing with someone and just tell, and I'm going to ask them questions and ask them their opinions and tell what happened. So I'm going to come here voluntarily like I do all the time and tell my business and get them, and you can even ask them questions too, to tell you how I handled it, to tell you every step of the way and what I did, trying to get over. Now, mind you, I met somebody, this was, what was this? A year ago. I met somebody that was fucking like a breath of fresh air at that moment. You understand? And I walked myself through the whole thing. Like when situations occurred, I'm sitting talking. I'm sitting like trying to figure it out. Not trying to figure out how to make the shit work. Don't get it mixed and screwed. Trying to figure out what the hell, what's going on with me throughout the whole time. Because the thing is, when you get tired of having the same lessons over and over, like Unity had said earlier, hey, Pebbles, said earlier, it'll make you do some work. It'll make you do some work and it'll make you want to get it right. So like I said, things only last as long as they like it. The pain only lasts as long as you want. You have to really put your foot forward. You have to put your foot forward. Take love off of the table. Take love off of the table. And really sit there. You know what they always say? When you want something to change and you're trying to get people better. No, you have to be a realist with yourself and accept, that, what she say to me? The floor is the way that the floor is because the floor is the way that the floor is. So the situations that you may be in that you're trying to change or you think it's going to get better, she said that part. It is the way that it is, and that is the way that it's going to be. Stop beating yourself up. Stop going through the hoops and hurdles and, putting more, we be putting more effort into the relationship than the person that we're trying to stay with. They can take you or leave you. But you're going to stick right beside them. You're going to be right there miserable and all, cooking dinner, still spreading your legs, still popping out babies, still going around for homeboys and the homegirls that know everybody, still hanging around with the family that ain't even let you know. And one thing for sure, family always know when the person that you're dealing with is full of shit. The family gonna know. That family may not want to admit it because family, they're gonna stick beside you, right, wrong, or indifferent. Some of them ain't even gonna bring it to you. Some of them even gonna co-sign the fuck shit you do and think that it's okay. But sometimes his and her family know they ain't shit. Believe that. They done seen, so he or she, what you say, ain't shit. For real. He or she ain't getting all these good women and men and it's just not working out. Family pay attention. Got a new bitch every Thanksgiving. Every holiday ain't able to be consistent the first. Oh, okay. Everybody comes around. It's like a revolving door. Everyone meets the family. Everyone's around the kids. Everyone's, outside partying. Okay. So that's why I always say, my life coach always tell me when I meet somebody, she drilled it into me. And this is why I say it's important. She always say, where are the man facts? That's what she call it. She always asks me, when we talk, she's like, where are the man facts? I'm like, yeah, I met this person, She's like, okay, so where's the man facts? I'm like, the man facts? She's like, yeah. Where are the man facts? People, and also people tell you a lot if you just listen to them. People tell you a lot when you just listen. You mean to tell me that none of your relationships worked and it was always because of the other person? So yeah, that's what I wanted to come here and talk briefly about pain. About pain. And I got started a little late too. But about pain and how you don't judge somebody else's pain. You don't laugh at somebody else's pain. And you don't do that. Just because their pain look different than how your pain look today. She said, the melanin race is so deep in the Willie Lynch culture. That is the problem. They don't ask themselves, why is our race so dysfunctional and other races are thriving? Yeah. Absolutely. People don't want to sit and ask themselves these questions. People don't even want to sit and have these people don't even want to sit and have these conversations. Or you can have these conversations like what I'm having with you guys today. And somebody will be listening to it, judging it, or trying to find a way to pick it apart just because they don't understand it. I said it before, people will judge and assume before they ask a question and inquire. Before you sitting and you're trying to understand what's going on, you'll judge it. Because it's easier to project it, and then you forget that you're only projecting yourself onto the situation and onto the people. It's one thing. I do what I do because I like to do it. I know when I can almost, it's even with myself, even with my show, I can already know that when I talk about certain topics, how many people going to show up and how many people aren't going to show up. And that's not an issue for me. Oh, it used to be when I first got started. But then, like I said, you got to grow and you got to develop. And I began to understand that and really get in tune that those who need the message and those who need to hear it will appear. Case in point. They will appear. So when you need to hear it, you'll hear it. When whoever needs to hear what's going on is going to find you. So no, I no longer even really pay that. I don't really even pay that no mind. I sat on Instagram last night for like 3 hours by default. Had conversations with some people who were following me and some people I had never even met. And they were there, engaging, talking, all of that. And we were having similar conversation a little deeper. I revealed some things to them than today. And that's why even on my Instagram sometimes, and I'm not going to do it on Facebook, but that's why even on my Instagram sometimes, I don't save the show because whoever needed to hear it was there. Whoever needs to hear it shows up. So everything is not always for everybody. But I do know that the one thing that is for everybody is the law of attraction. Because that is the one thing that never gets turned off. It never gets turned off. So I just wanted to come away tonight and give a little convo about pain. And tell y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you've done so already, thank you. And that's the other thing. Last night, everybody I talked to last night went and subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm now at like 348 subscribers. I totally appreciate that. Everybody who watched, the review of Krishan and Blueface show on my YouTube channel. I appreciate that. I'm already at like 680 some odd views, and it's only been up for a day. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And that also showed me too, people love drama. But I mean, sometimes I can give you drama, sometimes I'm not. But I just can't. Some things I just can't do. I'd rather be the positivity and spread some knowledge before I sit and spread a bunch of foolishness. I'd rather do that. So I hope you guys had a good night. I hope you have a good night. I hope you have a good week. If you have to drive tomorrow in the weather, please be safe. Please be safe. I'll see you guys next week. Okay? Because I was only supposed to be in here 30 minutes and I went over anyway. Yeah, just have a good day, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you guys got something out of it. And I will see you guys next week, next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And I will see you Monday on Instagram for the Speak Easy Show at 9 p.m. with myself, hosted by myself, Ryan, and Kenneth Wilson. So I will see you guys next week. Bye. See you Instagram. Bye Facebook.